Peace, YouTube. This is Fleur Broom coming to you today to make a quick message. I personally would have preferred to wait to take this message and make it because I'm busy today, but this is a message from the Andromedans, and they felt like it was pertinent for me to make this video immediately to give this warning out. And it's something that I know and I agree with, but I didn't really feel comfortable giving this message. But since I'm a contactee of them, and I feel like it's important that it is said quickly and easily without any hesitation, and they felt like I was the best earthling to give out this message. They might be giving transmissions to others, so be prepared for others to perhaps say the same thing, but the message is to all that will hear this transmissions for everyone. The Andromedans have officially taken heading of the new energies that are coming on the planet. The divine feminine energies, as you know, are sweeping the planet, and the end of white supremacy and patriarchal system, which were pretty much one and the same, have officially ended. They are gone, and with that comes consequences to those who have benefited from it, but especially in the patriarchal system. These women, these Andromedans, were not all of them are Andromedan born. They were originally, some of them, especially the ones that are heading this, were originally from the earth, and they were part of the Mayan culture. They were part of the Mayan civilization that made an exodus into the inner earth and found themselves upon a stargate and left and went to the Andromedan system. And those are the same entities that are also working alongside of a group of insectilians. That's why you're seeing a lot of the ants showing up. They're getting supported by once their ancestry comes, it's just like us. We feel invoked and stronger, almost like we feel more powerful when our ancestors come, so we're showing up. So a lot of you are seeing black ants in your house. I'm getting emails of, and I'm saying ants show up. We're not saying that, but it's just odd how they're showing up, but it's really not, because their ancestors in itself are here. But this message is being asked to be just given immediately. So I didn't even have a chance to go dial up, I just worked out. So this is what it is. Divine feminine energies is flooding the planet. All females on this planet are being motivated and also re-energized and cleansed. With that being said, also with the males. But what's happening is that during a patriarchal system, there was a lot of supremacy, a lot of suppressing of the female, divine feminine, a lot of religious factions, especially in Christianity. There was a negation in the Trinity of the female base, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, which is a negation of the female, which is obviously, it should be the top, because she is the one who is the giver, who is able to give life. So that is why we have a cross as opposed to an ankh, which is the inclusion of the woman's womb. So that's just a little sidebar to what's going on. But gentlemen, you guys are getting it. It's really tragic what I'm seeing, I'm witnessing, and what the Andromedans are saying. They laid their stake. They're telling all males on this planet, get it together, or you are going to be eliminated. And when I say eliminated, don't make tickets so dramatically. A lot of males have already been eliminated with their genitalia not working and functioning anymore, because they are not, if they are egregious and abusive and cruel to women and disregarding of their own seeds, they will be unable to reproduce anymore. And that's purposefully being done so that we don't recreate a new group of males that would be just as tyrannical. So a lot of males are experiencing what we consider to be ED, which is erectile dysfunction, which is the first phase. It was the first phase, which you've seen one of my videos, so I didn't realize it's all tied in, but it is. That ED was the first phase of what happens with the males. The second phase was the phasing out males by changing their disposition sexually. So The second phase was males changing their sexual disposition, no longer being attracted to females anymore, and being engaged in same-sex relationships. That was the second phase, so that those males no longer procreate and create other life. And that has to do with something else. So that's the first phase was ED. The second phase is changing of gender disposition, so that there aren't as many males, recreating males that won't be sitting well in divine feminine. Actually, the males who have changed disposition are actually sitting a healthier platform, some, because they're actually imbuing that feminine energy in itself. That's what I feel. And the third phase is happening. Any male who's disregarding of his mother, his sister, his aunts, his grandmother, his daughters, he will be omitted from where we are moving forward to. He is no longer welcome on the planet due to his heinous disposition and patriarchal system, where he is heinously suppressed and abused women. He has allowed his mother, sister, daughters to be abused in this, and we're talking about specific males. So this, a lot of you gentlemen who who are part of my my extended cipher, a lot of you are so beautiful and so loving and so embracing of the divine feminine, and you sit so well. We're not talking about divine males here, but we are talking about a specific male that is being omitted right now. A lot of males, there was one male who dealt with the Andromedans and was sitting ill in their line of sight, and they're no joke. And we're not talking about a bunch of melanated chicks sitting like me talking. We're talking about ETs, a group of extraterrestrial melanated females. A lot of them are dreadies, not all, a lot of them are dreadies, but these females are coming in and they're clearing up shop. And they really care less about color, but because the supremacy system and patriarchal system are one and the same, that system is being omitted, and because of that there may be a little feeling on the other side of pressure, or their world's falling apart. The fiat is changing. Europe is being my European family. I feel for you. I do. Europe is being pummeled. Because of all that happens and people sitting around idly while other countries are being murdered and genocide is occurring. See, this is what happens. We can't sit idly while another person is being abused, because what happens is that you get the residuals. And this is a message from the Andromedans. You males who are sitting beautifully with our energy, you're also going to have to check your homies, or you're going to have to totally cut the line, like draw your line in sand and stay away from them, because you will get residuals from them. Because a lot of males are going to deal with they're dealing right now with the consequence. The Andromedans are coming in and they're bringing in that frequency, and what they're doing is they're omitting all males who are not sitting well with divine, healthy divine feminine consciousness. And it's happening left and right. I'm seeing men losing their homes. I'm seeing men losing their jobs. I'm seeing men losing their virility. I'm seeing men losing their lives. I'm seeing men just being omitted left and right. Not to say females. And for those females who are also being abusive to other females, because there are females who have an issue with other females, and those are the ones who generally, this is a synopsis from a woman who's been on this planet a while. Those are women who generally don't do well with other females. They generally don't have a lot of girlfriends, because they too do what the patriarchal system do. They abuse other women, and they're very competitive, and they sleep with other people's husbands. They abuse other people's marriages, or they disregard other people's relationships, or even in themselves. They're going to have to deal with the consequence of that too. And you, as divine feminine women, need to separate yourselves from those women as well. It's not a judgment, but now the line in the sand has been drawn. There are service to others, and there are those who are service to self. And anyone who's against divine feminine being healthy right now is not going to do well. And it's happening, and it is what it is. And that's what the Andromedans want me to tell you. If you are still living that kind of life, listen, everybody can change. And I'm not sitting in judgment, because, I've lived quite a few years on this planet. And for the most part, I will say that I have a high regard for my sea stars. I love my sea stars, especially a lot of them are going through it. And for my sea stars going through it right now, this is a beautiful thing, because what it is it's calling for you to have an exodus to relationships with males that are horrific to you and abusive and neglectful. And those males who are doing that to you, they don't even deserve to be in your light. And also you're serving as a shield to them. So you're going to see your life fall apart, so that you exodus, you take a stage, you leave stage left, so that they can be dealt with. So long as some of you females are staying with these males that are egregious, you're going to get the remnants of what they get. So rather than do that, exit. And I don't say it's easy. I don't say it's easy. And I support my sea stars with relationships that are heartbreaking and heinous. The patriarchal system had a lot of dirt. A lot of garbage was occurring during this stage. A lot of abuses occurred. So I'm just saying, for any female who is abusing other females, other families, you too will be treated like the males who will be negated from this matrix, who will be omitted. And for the females going through it with these males who are heinous and are sitting opposition to the new energies, either you're going to have to make the stand yourself, or the universe will do it for you. And it's way more comfortable if you choose to do it yourself. I'm not asking you to do anything that I have not done myself and I wouldn't do for myself. And if not for you, do it for your star seeds. So we basically, people, it's on and popping. I'm seeing it. Mad homies are disappearing. Poof, out. Game over. Females that are doing dirt to other females, their lives are tragically going left. Financially, and then later it'll be physically, mentally, what have you. So it's time to take your stand. Now, if you are happy being abusive, having all kinds of side chicks and stuff, and you know that, and the female does not sit well with that, then you too deserve whatever comes to you. So this is the message from the Andromedans. They wanted me to tell you, males, get it together, and females who are not sitting well with divine energy, you're going to have to get it together too. We all do. Because it's now the time. There's no joke. Everything that you're seeing around you is a cleanup crew. And if you notice, the places that did the worst dirt to people are dealing with a lot of dirt. I come from New York, so the old answer from the Bronx. The guys from the Bronx should know this. You do dirt, you get dirt. It's all dirty. And if you wonderful, good-hearted people don't want to get dirty with the others, you're gonna have to take a stand. You cannot. There's no middle ground anymore. It's either service to others or service to self. The service to self, they're probably not changing at this point. At this point, I can't see, with all the energies, all this wonderful things coming out with, healthy eating, with all the new energies, with the Arcturians bringing in the light energy frequencies, pulsating us, which is coming all over the place, which is beautiful. I'm so enamored by the Arcturians. Big up to the Arcturians. They're coming in full blast, and I'm feeling it, and I'm feeling motivated. But I too see stars and my seamen. I've too, the thunder speaks. I too have been through it, and also I've had to choose to eliminate myself from partnerships or people that are not good for the planet, not good for other people, and not good for children. And for all those men who have left their children and have abandoned their families, you're first on the list. So I'd make some phone calls if I was you and try to do right, because I think I know it's too late, but I always have I'm optimistic that even at the last minute someone can change and make just the right decision to change everything, their future and their outcome. So this is a message from the Andromedans. Get it together. You're done. Game over. And it's tragic. It's about to get worse. And I don't want to say any more because I'm not allotted to. But when I tell you, I'm not giving this message last minute, all sweaty, coming. Like, I like to at least get all, at least clean. I'm clean, but I'm just saying I like to be ready to make this message. They're making it seem like it's pertinent. And whenever the Andromedans make it seem like it's pertinent, it means it's the last hour. So cut the ties of those who are doing dirt. And for homies, you got homeboys that have left their children and families, or disrespecting their wives, or cheating on their wives, and have all kinds of side hoes, oh, excuse my language, I didn't mean to say that, but you know what I mean. They have all kinds of women on the side. You're going to get the remnants of it. So if you don't do it, the universe is going to do it for you. It's not going to be pretty. So, sorry. I like to make happier messages. But I do have a message after this. I'm make a video a little later about the black goo coming up. And the black goo is showing up in Washington, D.C. and a lot of other places. And what this is an indication for is we have company. And that's probably why the Andromedans are making me make this message, this animate message right now, because if I didn't make the message, a lot of you may not even make it to even have a choice. So I hope that everyone does well and fares well. Remember, we are graduating Ascension Class 999, and we're trying to make it to the higher realms, and I'm already at the door of 5D, but I'm trying to make it in, and I'm service to others. And this is never in judgment, because remember, I lived a life. I've done things in my life that I've regretted. I've made right by the things that I've done. But at this point, I'm making sure that I want to be a good role model to my little people and to others. And I want to make sure I'm as helpful and as honorable in my intention and my deeds that I could possibly be. Okay? You know, but I want to make sure that my family comes along with me. Okay? So get to work. Start chopping. You have to. We're at the point where it's not even time. And again, I'm making this message, and I didn't want to do it right now. I would have preferred to do this a little later when I had time. But right now, they're saying it's intimate for me to get this message out, especially to the males. Get it together and stop hanging with homies who are doing harm. Listen. If you're down with them, then you're gonna be down with what comes with them, and it's coming. It's knocking at their door, and it's gonna be touching you. All right. So love and evolution. Love you, Flubber.